Hi, this is the Social Distance Reading Series, a project of the Vermont School and the Green Mountains Review. Thank you for joining me and my cat, Sammy. He's the better of the poets. Oh, look at that. My name is Matthew Lippman. I am the author of 6 poetry collections. Most recently, Mesmerizingly Sadly Beautiful, which won the 2018 Levis Prize and is published by Four Way Books. I will be reading a few poems from this collection. The first one is entitled, If You Don't Want Your Kids to Have Sex, Don't Finish the Basement. This guy Lev at the dinner party said, if you don't want your kids to have sex, don't finish the basement. I don't remember anything anymore. My 52-year-old brain a soggy piece of kale, but I remembered what Lev said. It's because Lev is the heart in Lvov where all the stories come from. Here's the story. We were eating the salmon and he was talking about his kids all grown up, and my kids were in the basement playing ping pong, not yet 13. There was beer and wine and gluten-free challah and gluten-free tiramisu, and the walls were red and gluten-free. That's the whole story. The other story is that when a guy says something like that, you have to remember where you were when you first had sex. It could have been in a car, in an attic, between two trees, under the moon, near the factory, inside the deep blue sea, in the onion patch. Sex is an onion. It's translucent and sweet and will make you cry your face off. It's a swimming pool on fire and a gorilla who knows how to speak 7 languages. If you are lucky enough to have sex in a finished basement, this is a good thing. If you have sex in an unfinished basement, not so good, all that dust, those exposed water heaters, boilers, and rusted rakes. So when Lev said, if you don't want your kids to have sex, don't finish the basement, I took a bite of my salmon, and here's the last part of the story. My kids are going to grow up and have sex. A sad and wide-eyed, ecstatic sex if they're lucky, and so I left the table in the dark middle of winter to finish off the basement. Buy some rugs, some cheap pillows, and a jukebox. One of those old Wurlitzers with the automatic eye. Fill it up with all the songs that make your heart burst, I will tell them. Play your music till the needle runs those records bare, bone, beauty, and glisten. I have to admit, I kind of took that last line a little bit from Etheridge Knight. Thanks, Etheridge. The next poem here that I will read is called The Saving. We save our children. Some days we save them from the riptide and the masked gunman on the bleachers, the armed robber under the stairs. We save them. We save them from the spiders and their dreams that breathe fire, and then we walk on that fire to get them away from the burning buildings raging. We look at our children and we save them with meanness in our eyes. In the eventual moment when all patience is lost and they tell us to go fuck ourselves, we'd never understand what is in their hearts anyway. Sometimes we think they save us, and they do, from the lies we tell ourselves about how special our lives have been, flying in the circus, the boardroom, at the operating table, and the gas pump. But really, it is we who save them from their smash-ups and snowstorms and their loneliness when it backs up on their bodies like monster waves smashing down without warning. We save them. Then, when all is said and done, when we think all the saving has been used up, when the saving shop has been closed down for the night, we get a note from our old high school friend. Sad news, my father passed peacefully in his sleep, service Monday. So we go down to the kitchen and make herb-encrusted chicken, potatoes, and garlic-infused broccoli for the grieving. It does not matter that we want some saving too, that we want our beloved, our neighbor, the bear in the woods, to wrap woolly arms around us in the naked night and hold us so close it hurts. We are in the business of saving. It's an endless and priceless monotony that does not ever finish. The way we save, the day-to-day saving, the way we take our hands and put them out and say, bleed, it's all right. I will catch you in your breaking. Here's a poem called A First True Love Big Problem. My problem is that I think every conversation is filled with love and the big heart. It's the same thing that happens to me when I stand near a tree or open a pint of rum raisin. It becomes everything and I love it. If we talk about Jesus or hamburgers, it's a love story, even though I don't believe in genuflecting and cook a mean medium rare on the open grill. My problem is that when I stand with you, near you, and we talk about the bad political situation, it's like you are telling me that every wind you have ever felt, you felt with me. Every log cabin you ever built, you built with me. This means we got bloody and sweaty together. It means we had something beautiful and dirty together. So when we talk about getting the gutters cleaned or how cool that cloud is next to the window looking to get inside, we are bloody and sweaty together. My problem is that this happens the first time we talk, ever, in the histories of our lives, in the body electric gone berserk. It's a true love problem. It's a first true love big problem, and there is nothing I can do about it. It's how my lungs and blood and bad eyesight and overweight snoring all fit in together. Excuse me then, if I want something back from you in that moment, when we share a table at Starbucks and have words about what bus you might need to take to get downtown to the Opera House. It's not fair. It's not right of me. I know it, but I have a problem. It's a first love into a lonely love, last love problem. There's too much of it in my heart, and I want everyone to have it, all of us. That's my problem. It's that huge. It gets me in so much trouble. Do you feel it? Forgive me if I want you to have it too. I grew up in the 60s and 70s, and it was during the time of the Vietnam War, and my parents and all my friends' parents and all of us kids were always protesting, walking up and down Broadway, wearing buttons. And one of the most famous artifacts, cultural artifacts from that time, was a poster that says, "War is not healthy for children and other living things." Everybody I knew had one on their wall. We all had the posters. I completely forgot about it. And a couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I walked into a friend's house, and there it was on the wall. And this is a poem about there it was on the wall. It's called "War is Not Healthy for Children and Other Living Things." Eliza said she found the poster in her parents' basement or attic and had it framed. It is water damaged. I could see the brown stains that reminded me of the brown stains that fly across the sky in the country and the playground and the face of the guy next door with all the rifles. We had that poster too in our apartment in 1970 and 1974 and 80 and 86, carried it around to remind us what needed to be reminded of. I don't know when my parents got rid of it, but it never left. When I was a kid, we all wore the button on our jean jackets, even when we fell off the monkey bars and the pin rammed into our chests like we knew something, and we did. We didn't care. We were that kind of kid. We wanted to do something important, be important, show the world that Orange Crush was the joint soda, and Wacky Packs and Marvin Gaye were the joint soda, and we meant something. We did, and when I saw the poster, in the frame on Eliza and Daniel's wall. I was upset that it was not on my wall for my children. Sometimes your parents can give you something and you don't even know it until you know it, and then it's yours. In 1972, it was mine. We were children and we were other living things. Lizards and mosquitoes, we were frogs and elephants and sycamore trees. We were our sisters and our brothers and our neighbors, and you know what? We knew it. Because every night when we turned on the TV to watch Rocky and Bullwinkle or Adam West as Batman, there was Dan Rather or Peter Jennings from Hanoi or the rice paddies of hell. I'm sad tonight that I did not save the water-damaged poster of that flower which my parents hung on our walls, that sketch made by Lorraine Schneider. She died of cancer in 1972, and I miss her. We all miss you, Lorraine. Our parents are stained brown now on these walls, our posters on the backs of our eyes like tattoos, and we give them to our children. We say to them, here, take this flower. It is yours. There goes the cat. And this is the last poem I'll read. It's called That Is Why You Have to Buy Your Kid Astral Weeks. Thanks so much for listening to these poems. I hope they enter you like songs. Sick and tired of the fault lines in Hawaii and California, the plants and trees and the cat at our window, sick and tired of bad Russians and crazy wife beaters, the way the moon hangs in the sky, the manager of the Walmart, all the hops and yeast that make craft beer taste orange and pink, sick and tired of Kurt Cobain's kid, all her money, the money that I use, the money that I never have, the students in their crocodile skin luggage automobiles, sick of the Teslas and Google people telling the Apple people, buy, sell, reap, kill, maim, extort, defile, sick of North Koreans too, except for the one who drove his Jeep into the South, got shot, and can say anything he wants now about our president, his president, any president, with soup bowls of anxiety tearing up his large intestines, mostly sick and tired of anxiety, how it ruins the flora and birds, the young people who think it's cool to buy vinyl LPs. My daughter got a turntable yesterday. Then I went online. I am sick of online, and bought her Astro Weeks. It's possibly the only thing that doesn't bring me down. I hope this earth makes it. I hate feeling that I hope the earth will make it. That's why you have to buy your kid Astral Weeks, and hope she'll open the shrink wrap, lay down on her bed and listen to Ballerina 100 times before there's even that faint feeling, I'm tired and sick of this song. The needle used to be a forever thing inside a groove, not so much these days. Look outside. Dreams used to hang on the tips of flowers. You could go up to them with your whole face, suck them like bees, then return to your brothers and sisters in the hive with so much buzzing it was honey. It was good when there was all that honey. The bees thick with themselves. It didn't matter. Thank you so much for listening. Again, this is my book, Mesmerizingly Sadly Beautiful, and it is published by Four-Way Books. You can purchase it on their website. Please check it out. There are some great titles. New releases, John Murillo, Alison Bennis-White, Tommy Blunt, Ed Pavlik, Cynthia Cruz, and Ariel Greenberg. All new releases. Check them out. And 2 books to plug. Recent releases, Tongo, Ice, and Martin. Heaven is All Goodbyes from City Lights Books. And I feel blessed and lucky to have gotten an advanced copy of Vincent Toro's Tertulia. This will be out on June 2nd. Penguin Books, Penguin Poets. Once again, my name is Matthew Lippman. Thank you so much for listening. Please get my book at Four-Way Books, Mesmerizingly Sadly Beautiful. Have a beautiful day.